Okay, what is happening in the cosmos at the moment? Well, Saturn has gone retrograde. Now, before you lose it, before you kind of jump in there and say, oh my God, Tiff, Mercury just went direct. We've just had Mercury retrograde. Hold on a second, because Saturn and these outer planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune, and Pluto, they all go retrograde once a year for almost half a year. So it's no big deal that these big planets go retrograde, and they usually do it middle of the year. So we are heading into a retrograde season. The good thing about these bigger planets that go retrograde is the fact that they don't affect us on such a conscious level. It's more of a subconscious energy, because they're kind of these outer planets. They affect our psyche more so than like Mercury affecting our like day-to-day kind of like thinking. Okay, so let's talk about Saturn and what is going to happen for the next few months for you on a personal level. Well, Saturn is like the teacher planet, right? Saturn is usually here to teach us some pretty strong lessons, because he is in an area of our life for about 3 years. So that means he's in a sign for 3 years. So he's been in Aquarius, the area of life that Aquarius rules for you, your house that Aquarius rules, is where Saturn has been for the last two and a bit years. Yeah, because he moves out next year. But this retrograde period is the last time he's actually going to retrograde in Aquarius. So it's quite an important time for you. Now, Saturn is usually all about teaching us lessons. He's like the master teacher planet. And sometimes his lessons are pretty hard because it takes us so long to process them and get through them. So it's sounding good, isn't it? So usually where Saturn is, if there is an area of our life that needs some sort of reform, he's going to create blocks, obstacles. He's going to restrict us, condense this area, the energy in this area of our life. So we do the work and we process and we learn what needs to be learned. And what do we need to learn in the area that Saturn is transiting? Usually it has to do with us taking responsibility, us growing up, us simplifying and streamlining things. And the way he gets us to learn these tough lessons is by kind of putting the pressure on and by making things a bit hard and a bit complicated. So usually when I'm doing my readings and I'm forecasting like the next 6 months ahead, Saturn is a planet that I will look at, as well as Jupiter, because he's in this area for such a long period of time, and he can actually tell you what challenges you might be facing in this area where Saturn is transiting. So if you don't know what area of life Saturn is transiting for you, what area of your life is ruled by Aquarius, of course, you can get my Astrology Activations mini training, or you can look back to March 2020 when Saturn entered Aquarius, and you will kind of you can kind of feel into the area of your life that has been restricted, and the area of your life that you've really had to work a little bit harder on things that you've, felt blocked with, felt slowed down with. That is your indication of where Saturn has been as well. So there's ways we can feel into this. And so, we have been working with Saturn in Aquarius since 2020. And we all know collectively what Saturn's move into the sign of Aquarius did for us collectively. Saturn came in and Aquarius rules the people. Saturn came in and started to control the people, suppress the people. So for you personally, while Saturn is going retrograde until, I think it's about October, if you've got my moon calendar, you would know, you can get it for free here. You are going to have an opportunity now with this last retrograde to reflect and really integrate the lessons that Saturn has been trying to teach you. If you are not learning the lessons that Saturn has been trying to teach you, then you can expect delays, setbacks, blocks, restriction in this area of life. And it's like really digging deep into this area to allow this growth. But it's also to help you, because Saturn takes 30 years approximately to kind of do full circle, to be back into this area of your life. So the lessons that you learn when Saturn is in this area of your life set you up energetically for the next 30 years. And so it's like an evolution. And the beautiful thing is, when he leaves this area of your life next year, he actually gives you a gift. And his gifts are like are better than Jupiter gifts, because it's like hard-earned gifts. And he will bless you in some way by simplifying an area of your life or removing self-limitations and self-imposed blocks around some area. Maybe he has taught you responsibility and or stepping into your authority and your power. All these beautiful Saturn things, which are actually beautiful lessons, but they're hard to get to and they're hard to learn. And that's why he gets such a bad rap. But I don't know. I think, I'm partly ruled by Saturn being an Aquarian. I think Saturn is a beautiful planet if you're aware of the lessons that you're working on, which is why you want to know what house area Aquarius rules for you. So this energy is going to be with us for a while. We'll be working with it for a while. Saturn is like known as the planet of like keeping time as well. So this area of your life will slow down so you can integrate the lessons learned. I feel energetically, if you're sensitive enough, you'll know where Saturn has been like messing with you, teaching you, I should say. Because it's where you're feeling blocked. It's where you've kind of had to put in extra effort, because Saturn wants you to put in extra effort to either streamline or to heal or to reform or to, do all those types of things. So yeah, if you think about the 12 areas of your life, you'll know where you need to kind of like step up the game, and he'll make that very clear to you. He's very good at making that very clear to you. So this will be with us for a while, but it's very strong this week because he's just gone retrograde. So good luck with that. If you have any questions, let me know.